live. It's showing going live in 0
It's
seconds.
going.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm looking. Oh my God, should start soon. Now, you may be able to see us. I've got two devices here. I'm Cheryl. If you didn't,
I'm Sabina. Hi.
able to read the screen. Hi, guys. Joyous Monday. And yeah, this is the second in our hashtag no filters chat show thing that we came up with about 6 weeks ago. And basically, Sabina and I have lots of really cool chats on the phone, and we talk about all sorts of things. And we get kind of deep, but also kind of irreverent, which basically means we have no real regard for what's politically correct. And we don't really filter our shit. So we're both kind of into that self-awareness stuff, but we cover all sorts of things. So we just wanted to start sharing those conversations in real time. And we've not really spoken much in the last week at all, so we're not really sure what's going to come out, but whatever's up.
I think that's going to be perfect for no filters, isn't it? Because we have not actually planned it. We are not great at planning. No. So.
Well, is that true? Is that true? So I'm looking at my other phone here to see.
Well,
oh, is it true we're not great at planning?
I don't go through phases, I think.
Right, I'm going to turn my other, I'm going to turn myself down on the other device.
Turn it down.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I am not great at planning, actually. I go through phases sometimes. Actually, that's a nice thing to talk about, actually. The phases which we go through, right? Like, I don't know how about you, but I find like I go through like a really super productive phase when I'm like on it and like, you know, doing zillion emails and things at once and like creative and popping up with ideas. And then I go through a phase when I'm like, no, let's just not do anything. And like,
yes, where you're kind of just chilling out.
Yeah. And like,
so this is,
and even if I try to force myself to be productive, it would be just painful, you know. And then at other times it just like flows. Do you experience that?
So, okay, let's get real. How often are we trying to keep things going? So right now, the world has slowed down. Yeah, how many people still, to give them a sense of identity, a sense of self, a sense of purpose, are still trying to push through things?
That's a very
we got deep within 2 minutes. Oh, like,
good stuff.
took 2 minutes. Really, it's just like because, for example, I was talking to somebody really recently, and their world is constantly from morning to night. You know, they're working from home, and it's like, and in our time together, I was like, let's just like become really self-aware of what's going on in the body and what's just looking around the room and seeing what's popping up, and just when you get that present with yourself, realize what which most of the world is doing. It's just making noise for the sake of making noise.
It's like looking for the distractions because you don't want to feel whatever is going on in the world right now.
There you go.
Like, it's so much, isn't it? So much stuff is popping up for people, and like, oh my God, let's just distract ourselves and fill our lives with activities and Netflix and friends and Zooms and, you know, online stuff. And like,
and we're doing this chat now, and it one could say we're filling that, and it's like, just, it's not about it right or wrong. It's just like, oh, well, it's really interesting because I'm just aware that so I rewrote my LinkedIn profile recently, and I was just thinking about, actually I might tweak it a little bit more about, because the the opening question or invitation is, you know, what do you truly desire? And I'm like, well, actually there's a little bit extra to that, because it's not business as usual. It's kind of like, what do you truly desire in light of what's going on in the world right now? Like, what is it showing you? What is our lockdown experience, or our working from home, or being around family, or whatever? What is that booty bringing up in terms of the oh my God, this is not the life I want to be living, or the actually I really like this and I would like this to be different in my life? Oh, there's a comment on the screen.
Oh, Janet. Hi, Janet. Nice to see you.
Thanks for joining us, darling. Yeah, like just to recap that in case Jen didn't hear, it's like,
yes.
with how we are in the world right now, what are we becoming really aware of in terms of what we truly want in our lives that we may not have been able to see before we all started spending so much more time at home?
Now is the time to reevaluate that, right?
Really get really effing real with it.
Yeah, because when we come out of this, nothing is going to be the same. So you definitely need to just get clear on like, yeah, where you want to go from here.
Yeah,
and that life to be the same.
What have you really loved about this slowing down? What are you really loving? What are you struggling with? And just having that realness with yourself. It's not about anybody else. I've seen so many things in my own life in terms of how I'm interacting, let's say particularly with my partner. And there's a lot of space and freedom with both of us. That's just how we operate. And so I would say, somebody said to me the other day, a coach said to me the other day that I hadn't spoken to for ages. He said, you should do relationship coaching because you have a totally different way of seeing, or very free way of seeing it. I'm like, yeah, totally. And yet I've noticed some little things where I was like, oh, I'm needing this from this person, and it's just, I wouldn't have necessarily seen it to that nth degree had we still been in full steam, go, 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 go.
So you can like see the subtleties and everything, right?
Yeah.
And don't you feel as well like everything like multiplied like 1,000 times?
Do you? Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, like stuff. Yeah, like my stuff, you know, is coming up quite a lot, like intensely, faster than it normally would. Like I've like, you know, I've healed like so much in the last couple of months, more than I've healed in a couple of years, you know, kind of thing.
Right, so you're seeing your shit right so quickly, right?
You're insane. Yeah, I'm like, it's right there in my face. I'm like, look at it. Look at
it. You're psychotic. Cray.
Oh my God, it's honestly, it's like bipolar. I'm not freaking kidding. It's like either have fear or like freaking down low. Everything is just so shit.
Yeah. Well, see, this is like, to me, this is like the perfect storm. I'm that person that could be, I mean, as I've said before, I think I love being out in nature. I love to connect with friends. I love touching bodies and doing some cool stuff, and I don't know, running down mountains or skiing, all sorts of things. And I am the person that could be in their own space forevermore and be totally fascinated by anything they can see. Like, I'm the nerd that can look at a paperclip and think it's amazing. You know, I can be in a room and look at the paint and think, oh my God, that paint is so cool. You know, I'm just, so like, I'm the ultra curious geek of all time, I think. And so this lockdown time, I'm just getting to be extra geeky in my observation of self. So I went down, my partner and I took a little drive to go and get some shopping the weekend. And he started driving is very different to mine. And I did actually speak about this to Sabina, but I actually spent a little bit of time just thinking about it. So on a 25-minute journey, I'm guessing there were about 100 incidences of times when my body wanted to say something, as in how close he was to a lorry, or how fast he was going, or whatever it was. And every one, I kept my mouth shut because of what it was. It was my perception of what was going on. Because obviously for him, it was fine. He was driving however he thought was appropriate. And so it was like, how many times do we puke our crap out on somebody because it stirs something up in us, our point of view, our perspective, our belief about how something should be. We puke it up all over the other person. Slow down, do this, don't that.
When it has nothing to do with them.
Nothing to do with them. 99% of the time, nothing to do with them. Hello, Anna, darling. Welcome to the world. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it has nothing to do with them. So I'm literally, in a minute, there must be 4 or 5 different things that come up, right, when somebody's driving. Every 10, 15 seconds, something new, you know, because they're changing lanes, changing speed. So 25 minutes, about 100 occurrences. I kept my mouth shut, and not once did we crash, hit anything, smash the car, nothing. So it just shows how insane we are, or can be, with that monkey mind or awareness of it's the fight-flight mechanism that's so inbuilt in us and so trained through millennia of survival.
That's the thing, the insane part. Like, we literally are insane. That's how I feel.
or just so programmed to fight, flight, to a nervous system just so heightened to that. And mine was really well trained at a really young age. So I've spent a lot of time unwinding mine, but I've become more and more aware of how to do that. And so in the early days, I would have said something, you know, and as things progress, now I'm in a space I can just be with the energy of it and and just let it dissipate, or bring with the intensity and just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then when we got where we got, I did puke on him with one comment about something, about how he parked. So it's not about being perfect, but I thought 1 in 101 wasn't bad. And then I kind of went, oh, you know what? It's our car, but if it's your car, if you're happy, that's what counts. He went, I am. I went, fine. And I walked away and did one. Yeah. I think cleared up my puke as much as I could.
Yeah.
In that moment.
Yeah. Did you look at it as well? Like, did you maybe think about, well, what is this feeling? What he's triggering? You know, where does it relate to in
it's
your
just, for me,
childhood and stuff?
I'm not going to do the kind of self-analysis of like, this. No. I mean, but I go back to the simplistic part of it. I don't care how much time we spend in therapy or I've got training in counselling. I've played with so many tools. Right? It's basically, am I going to survive? Whether it's, do I feel loved? All those labels still means, am I going to survive? Is my physicality going to survive and be able to thrive or just make it through? That's what it comes down to, right? Which is why the lockdown is so, oh my God, like, because people are thinking about their fundamentals that, hello. Thanks for joining us, Alan. People in that space of like, oh my God, all lock ourselves down and be at home, when statistically it's I'm going to get geeky. But as of Sunday, I looked at the numbers. I know this is really controversial, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to be real. I looked at the numbers and the amount of deaths, the recorded deaths for COVID-19, which doesn't mean it actually was COVID-19, which is controversial again, but we'll keep with the idea that it was COVID-19. If I gave you a penny, 1 penny, divide it into 10,000 pieces, only 3 of those pieces would be the number of deaths worldwide. So it's 0.00003% of the worldwide population has died. 0.00003, call it 4% if you like, of the world's population. And yet look at how the economies are like, businesses are stress, suicide, domestic abuse, murder, theft, destruction of people's livelihoods, and not right or wrong.
It's crazy.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, right? I'm not going to that space, but just look at how people have so bought into the idea. I mean, I know different governments are saying whether it's, support the NHS, don't let them overwhelmed, but fundamentally it's people's discomfort with the idea of death, because of our cultures who don't have this point of view about death. And I have a very liberal view. I'm like, we all die. Everything dies.
It's part of nature.
So if we didn't have this kind of like morbid fear, which is the of death, would we be responding the same way? I don't think so. We're so disconnected from our sense of like, and therefore, are we truly living?
Yeah, that's another thing as well. The view of death is like it's crazy because like it literally is like in some cultures they celebrate that it's just like a transition to something else.
Totally.
It's like I did this post. I went for a walk in nature, and like the beauty of the nature is just amazing. The colors are so vibrant in the moment. And then I saw a corpse of a fox decomposing, and I'm like, you know what? That's actually nature as well, and that's totally beautiful because it's totally part of it. It's feeding the soil. That beauty came out of that shit, which I'm looking at. So I did that. I posted it like the pretty picture, nature, and the corpse, also nature, and then as an invitation to people not to judge for a day anything good or bad or this and that, but just look at everything as that's interesting.
And it's just part of the cycle, right?
And I got just 1 like because it wasn't fluffy unicorny stuff.
Wasn't fluffy and pretty and like didn't ruffle any feathers. It ruffled feathers. People were uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I'm like, part of me was like, oh, Sabina, don't do it. Don't be an asshole. And I'm like, the other part of me was like, go and be an asshole. You want to.
But also just that whole thing of like,
shit up.
not filtering ourselves. How often are we filtering that we shouldn't? And this obsession, somebody was talking about this the other day, this obsession of posting online, Now media is amazing. Technology is amazing. I love this shit. I'm a geek of magnitude on everything. I used to program software. I love things, engineering, all sorts. It's all cool toys. These are cool toys. I used to program stuff that ran mobile phones, whatever. Cool toys. And yeah, it's cool. It's cool. And this obsession that I need approval, I need an external thing. So Facebook specifically, we're also using this platform. It's amazing we can use it. And yet how many people have, it's become this abacus. How many likes? How many hearts? How many?
Yeah.
As opposed to a space of sharing. For me, I like to use it as community. There's some really great groups I'm part of, for courses or programs. I love using it for that predominantly. Obviously, I do post some stuff to my feed or for Joyful Bodies or through Drew Yoga. You know, obviously we post, but fundamentally, it's like, how much is it being reposting for? Love me versus, hey, this is really inspiring. This tickled me, or this got me thinking. And
I went through phases, actually, to be totally honest as well. I always like, oh, nobody liking my stuff, and now I'm like, I managed to actually get rid of that, like that constant like look for approval.
Yeah.
Because I'm not enough as I am.
Yeah, I am not enough.
It comes back to that, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not enough.
Yeah.
I'm not going to survive. I mean, I'm not enough, and therefore I'm not going to survive. I'm going to die. So here's an interesting thing. Look at me. I'm just doing my bloke, like, bloke laying back in the bed. Anyway, that took me somewhere else, but I'll come back, right? Because I will. I'm not enough. Beth. So I was listening to something earlier today, which was talking about the idea that our financial economy will completely collapse, and that maybe it should have collapsed in 2008, and it's been propped up, and we're printing money, it's a Ponzi scheme, whatever. So on the basis that that's one possibility, that it could completely collapse. Everything that we thought is real, the idea of pensions, stock, shares, company assets, all that could go, which it could. So we'd create a new economy. Okay, let's go over there. If we create a new economy, so what skills would we bring? We'd be in community more. We'd be more local, probably. We wouldn't be flying around the world. What skills would we bring to it? So in your, as in, because that thing about I'm not enough or needing likes from Facebook, that stuff, let's say that all disappears.
Yeah.
So all you have access to is what's in your local community, pretty much day to day. What are you going to bring? What are you going to create? What are you going to bring?
Kindness, sense of community, helping each other.
Practically, what are you going to bring?
Me personally.
Yeah. If you want to live, what are you going to bring? Healing.
I've got skills, so I'll bring my skills. I've got like magic freaking powers. And like a lot of people will be going through a lot of shit. So I'm like, I'm there. What would you bring?
Yeah, totally cool. I totally nailed it. I was like, I'm really good with bodies, as in get them out of pain or creating ease in their bodies. Yeah, do magic stuff, healing if you like. Really good at kind of teaching, coaching, basically how to be in relationship and have ease with that, how to be happy. Because if people's whole golden bubble of what they thought life was about disappeared, and they still wanted to live, I can make living a lot easier for people.
A lot easier.
Yeah. The inside out stuff, the whole, being happy with who you are, being happy in relationship, being happy at home, being happy creating new community, and the body health stuff.
Definitely that, the relationships.
Mate.
Oh, that's like core of everything, isn't it? Everything else comes back to yourself, relationship with yourself.
And then relationship with the rest of the world comes out of that.
And then it just like ripples out totally.
Yeah. And so it's interesting. I'm like, wow, I'm going to be like the head sorceress, in the local community. I'm just totally running things. I'm totally cool. I can project manage and lead stuff. And totally cool. Go on.
Sorry.
No, go. You just feel what?
I just feel like, I'm just thinking, because right now, a lot of people, like, we have the tools to deal with this shit, right? Like, shit pops up for us. Like, we look at it, we heal it, we sit with the feelings. A lot of people don't have those tools right now, and they are struggling. A lot of people, like you said, they are lonely. They are stuck in really dysfunctional relationships. families abusing each other and stuff like that. And yeah, we need to share this, right? And like, I think it's actually more damaging than, I don't know, I just have the sense that this lockdown is more damaging than the actual virus.
Of course,
because of
statistically, if nothing else,
mental health is like declined, so much.
Of course, but I mean, as I said, based on that stats, 0.00003%, 0.000, right? Take a penny, break it into 10,000 pieces, take 3 of those pieces. That's the amount that it's killing. It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
But it's creating it makes no sense based on our current world order. Right? Based on the concept of how economy works, constant growth, striving for something more, consumerism. It makes no sense on that basis. And it makes a sense on if we were to look at what's really important to us, what our priorities are, what we truly value. Doesn't mean consumerism is wrong, doesn't mean profit is wrong, doesn't mean the concept of a financial structure is wrong. Just it's giving us a chance to go, in the scheme of life, when we all stay at home, and that stuff falls away or was falling apart or whatever is changing. What is still important? Your body, your health. Your health on every level.
Most important. Food,
your health
shelter.
On multiple levels. Yeah. And then relating, connecting, and creating expression. Yeah. So, what the fuck are you setting up in your lives?
I've got it covered. Like, I do yoga. I adore my job because I'm helping people. I grow my own food. I got an allotment and all that. So I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be good. I think I can feed, like, with the allotment, I can feed at least 2 families.
That's cool. That's really cool. I fast a lot, so you know what?
I know.
I'll just pick a few herbs.
I'll give you herbs or something.
I'll just have some herbs, please.
For the week. How's your fasting going?
So
that's quite challenging as well. Because you fast like for 5 days, right? And then like
generally 5 days, sometimes 4. Whatever. 4 to 5. For me, it's not challenging. I mean, it's been an evolution, right? There's been a whole thing. So fasting, technically, for anybody who's listening that doesn't know, it actually means no digestion whatsoever. I know people talk about intermittent fasting as in going hours without eating, but people still drink. True fasting, if you like, in a biblical sense, or I guess its definition of what the body is capable of, means to abstain from all digestion, and it means all food and all liquids. Now, I do a period of what they call dry, which means there is no liquid, there is nothing going in, and then
not even water.
No, wow. Because that makes the body still have to process.
Okay.
Right? True fasting is nothing.
Yeah. Whoa.
People have kind of bastardized it and said, I can have water or I can have drink. No, true fasting is nothing. Of course, you're not having nothing because you're taking sunlight, moisture from the air. It's a lie. There's not true nothing. But in terms of our consumption, there's no liquid and there's no food. So typically in my week, every day there's what I call completely dry, as there's nothing being taken in. Now I do wash and shower, so if it true dry would be not even doing that, it would be just wiping down with a cloth, but I do shower. I thought you would. You should fart. Hi Hina. Fasting. I speak quickly.
Fast.
True farting means nothing comes in. It means you only like hold it in and then I do love a good fart. Actually, that's much more interesting than talk about fasting. Yeah.
I love it. Like you said, no filters, right? Like, let's talk about some shit.
Let's talk about farts. Farts. Like, guys, oh my God. No, it's not gender specific, but it kind of is. Guys can do some evilly good farts. Like, they do the really trumpet ones, I find.
Yeah.
That's a guy. That's more of a guy thing. Yeah, I know. Thanks. Whereas girls generally kind of more of a
like a unicorn fart, basically.
Yeah. Occasionally do it.
With rainbows and glitters.
Yeah. And it feels sexist, but it's true. I've watched this, observed it for years.
Yeah.
The guys are the whoopie bags. Whoopie bag style. I'm a guy girl. Like, I've got a guy interior with a girl body, mostly. Some kind of both.
That's the first time I laughed.
Well done, Hina. Yeah. Come on, man, you got to be real. I'm the kind of woman that if I fart, I totally own it. I love owning my farts. I'm like, oh my God. So somebody said, did you fart? I'd be like, if I farted, you would know, because I would say I farted.
Yeah.
Like I have some relatives, I swear one of them said to me once that she's never farted or never farted outside of her home or something like that. I'm like, you're lying.
How?
It's not possible.
She totally did.
It's not possible. She swears she's never farted.
Everybody does that. Oh my God, you know what I did once? So my ex-boyfriend, right, we were lying in bed and he was just like, I used to come back from like swimming and I used to teach baby swimming. So I like smelled of all sorts of things. And he would just like always like sniff me when I came back from work and then I farted. I'm like, smell this. Just brutal.
Oh my God. Imagine my childhood. Oh my God. So I happen to be adopted, but when I lived with my family.
Oh my God, you're so disgusting.
Oh my God, it's so disgusting. But it's not. I used to put my sister on my foster sister's head. I used to shove them under the duvet and like hold them down. And do a fart.
That's brutal.
Brutal. Yeah. I'm like, I remember doing it. I was like, yeah. I've not done it to my partner because he's a lot bigger than me, but sometimes I'm like, I walk in, I'm like, babes. Like, I'm in the office space now, and I'll be like, babes, have you been farting in here? And he'll be like, I might have. Open the window. Or he'll go, no.
Like when you're in it, you can't smell your shit, right?
I'm like, you need to clean out your sinuses, boy. Open the window. It's like, I know, just, you know, or we have the little clapping, like he'll fart and he'll be like, oh my God, what a clever boy. You know, just kind of,
my dad is so bad. He would purposely hold it till he's in an elevator with a bunch of people and let it out there. Oh my God, it's like vicious. Like it's like it makes your eyes sting. Like seriously, it's that bad.
Oh my God.
He's got a terrible diet as well.
So he purposely holds it in, like maliciously, but funnily.
Yeah.
That is evil. I love that. Oh my God, this takes me back up. That's evil, but I love it. Okay, so I was on the train when I used to work in the city. I was on the train one day, commuter train. So there was a baby on the train, which is really unusual. It was really unusual back then, like 20 years ago, right? 25 years ago. And it was like 7:30 in the morning. So everybody's kind of still a bit, and I'm standing at the end of the carriage. And basically the baby is at my kind of bum to waist height. I let one out.
In his face. Oh,
I fired at his face.
You farted at the baby.
Whether it's in his face or I was facing the baby. I might be facing the baby. And my best friend was next to me. I let this fart out. Silent, of course. And this baby, you know how babies like wail? Like they've been murdered? This baby let out this. At 7:30 in the morning, and because the mother's like freaking out because she can't quiet it. Everybody else on the train is like, oh my God, shut the baby up. And my friend looked at me to say, that was you, right? But you didn't. I'm like, so I have been an abuser. I confess, I have been a fart abuser.
This is pure gold. I'm like literally, I'm crying. I think my mascara is running.
But I feel proud of the ability that I'm owning my farts.
You can own it. Yeah.
Don't hide those bits about you. I didn't actually do that. I did actually not do that. I just thought maybe that was. I'm just I confess I did hold that one just to me and my friend at the time. Now I think I would confess to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
at least go. Mama. Do you remember kids used to do that? It'd be like, smell that. I miss those days.
Oh, hi, Amira.
Welcome. Yeah, Facebook is really weird, isn't it? Thank you for coming on then, if you've been off. Yeah, we were just being revolting. Or were we?
Well, that's again, it's the point of view, isn't it, about something totally normal about but you know, girls don't fart, you know, girls don't do this, don't do that, right?
Yeah.
So, who makes the rules?
Yes, there was a poll on one of my fasting group, and it said, "Do you find farts amusing, like funny? Do you find them revolting, or have no point of view?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, some people are really offended by them."
Yeah. Oh my God, they are actually. You know what? I sent you that little video from Insta.
Oh my God,
that
you
hilarious.
did.
Oh my God, that was so gross.
Share it with people. Share it. It was really, really mad.
I shared it with so many people, and one friend.
No. Tell them what it was about.
So it was like basically there's an app to record like if for sleep talkers, so it like turns on and records when you're sleep talking, and of course it like records.
Thank you, Amira. I'm glad you're enjoying the revoltingness of this so far. Yes, so the sleep app, yes, it records a sleep, and people were recording
like all sorts of shit, like, and it was so funny. I like literally cried for days, like every time I thought about it.
So there were guys basically who were doing the longest farts in the world, and their wives or girlfriends were like, "Gary, are you done? Like, you're disgusting. Open the window. You're disgusting." And it has
they
to
were
be
like
real.
proper, like on the verge, like something must have come out at like some of them as well. Like they were so gross.
And I swear they were real recordings, not fake, because the woman was so disgusted. It was too genuine.
It was like, for fuck's sake,
too genuine. No, okay, now we're in disgusting mode. Let's continue disgusting. So as part of my thing about fasting.
Can I just one more thing?
No, please.
One of my friends, which I shared it with, he's like, "Oh my God, why would you send this to me?" He just
submit that
made it
stuff.
through 4 seconds, and then he couldn't do it anymore. So yeah, there we go.
Oh my God.
Can't take it. Go, be disgusting.
Okay, so the last bit of disgustingness around farts and shit and that kind of stuff. Let's go. So one of the things about fasting, when they fast at the level I do, where there's abstinence from food and liquid, and then there is liquid in my day as well, so don't freak out, people. There's a flushing. When you go dry, the body starts to dump levels of stuff you never even knew you had in you. You think that you get out the crap in your body when you have a poo. No. There are levels of stuff through the trillions of cells in your body that your cells hold, which I dare to say is what causes disease, okay? When you fast, your body will start to dump that, and then the liquid part of it hydrates it to start to rush it through, and there are certain liquids that support that, but then there was a need to do enemas, right? Enemas are basically like little hot water bottle bags, liquid in, water in them, long tube, the little nozzle, you stick it up your ass, fill up your large intestine, as in basically that last bit of your colon, and then you poo it out, right? I know it sounds like slightly ultra gross. I'm just like, it's just like, I don't know, so normal to me now. But I did listen to it for a few years till I got into this. But the smell, you think you smell farts, you think they're bad, you have no idea.
Holy shit, there's exactly,
you have no
literally,
idea
right? Holy shit.
What is living in there? I swear that, yeah. Maybe we'll talk about that another time, but the body is storing stuff that would shock you if you started to really unlock it. And this is a slightly more serious note. Your body is storing stuff that is so putrid. I'm every time I do one, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked at how we're able to live as long as we manage to live, and how amazing the body is that it tries its best to contain that. And that's what, and in the areas where it's got so congested, that's what we call a disease or an illness. I'm going to be that controversial. That's what it is. Because there are too many real life examples of people that are doing the kind of level of stuff that I'm doing, that are growing bits of spine that they never had, or getting out of wheelchairs, or cancer that was completely disappearing, or their failure of something in the system clears up. I mean, it's just,
that's
when
incredible.
this stuff comes out of their bodies.
And if you think about it, you have an amazing lifestyle, you're really super healthy, right? And you still have that in your body. So, like, what?
Yeah, but I've had a lifetime of eating a conventional diet. I ate a conventional diet. I kind of went more vegetarian-ish in my 20s, not because I thought it was healthy, just I wasn't that interested in meat. And then I was eating what people would deem healthy, stir-fried. I wasn't eating crisps and chocolate and pizzas and things like that. And then I kind of got into marrying dairy and meat in my 30s because my partner was into it, which was interesting. So I kind of brought that into my diet. Then I started to notice things stiffening up in my body, and so I started to clean that out. And now I will have a range of things when I do eat. I will have fruit, veg, cooked veg, but I'll still have occasionally a bit of pizza or a little bit of meat or fish. I won't be, because I'm doing this as a lifestyle ongoing for years to come. It's not, so I still enjoy having some flavors and having some fun. But my body, like last night, I cooked a vegetarian curry, and I sweated all night, like night sweats. My body was dumping out.
Whoa!
So that was vegetables, chickpeas. The pulses are quite hard on the body, but chickpeas, lots of vegetables, a organic vegan sauce. I think I had about 3 bites of organic chicken because they were in the thing that we were cooking. John had chicken. I did have a toffee crisp, and I did have some grapes, and I had some hummus actually, and some tortilla chips, about a dozen tortilla chips. So a mix of stuff, right? And my body sweated all night. Literally, I got up soaked. Yeah. Had to go and rinse down because I've got that a bit cleaner. So now my body just I haven't got the tolerance for it.
Anything,
and the body dumps it to get rid of it as quickly as possible.
So are you more now aware of what works for your body and what no?
Oh, I totally do. I mean, ultimately, the easiest thing on the body, I always say use common sense, because there are so many different points of view about diets. But I go, look at nature. If industries didn't exist, what would be the easiest thing? And you didn't have cleaning products and loads of stuff like garbage collectors and anything like that. For start, you'd only have fruit and veg and animals. You'd have some grains, obviously, but in terms of what you could grab instantly, where the fruit's the easiest thing to grab. But vegetables, a lot of that's in the ground, and a lot, or it's on top of the ground, but it's very tough for our bodies to eat, like instantly. If there was no fire, there was nothing. So, I mean, there's a whole discussion we could have on this, but if you look at it this way, if you think about your kitchen sink, what goes down easily? Fruits, right? The juicy fruits. They squash and go down. You try and put a piece of kale down, it doesn't go down. You try and put cabbage down, you try and put chicken down or fish down, it's not going to go down. What do you think you are? You're just one tube. In the mouth, out the arse. It's one tube with stuff around it.
Stuff around it. What about your stomach? That
you're a tube.
Down stuff.
Yeah, and your stomach does break down stuff. But how much work does it have to do to try and break everything down? And we cook a lot of stuff to try and break things down. So doesn't mean you can't put it in. So, for example, there's this lovely this guy. I need to look this up because I haven't looked it up for a while. He either ground down just the engine of a car or the whole car. Ground it down into metal filings. Okay.
Yeah.
And over a year, he drank it, ate it.
Ugh, why would you do that? That's mental.
Because you can. So what makes you think? You say so. It sounds mental. You say it sounds mental.
That sounds mental. Yeah.
Yeah. But there are foods based on my experience of exploring this, and I'm not the only person on the planet. There's others doing this kind of thing, who would say what we tend to eat, mainstream food, is mental. It's just as damaging.
Yeah.
But it's socially accepted. So we have another comment. Somebody.
America.
So this is a whole topic, right? A whole big conversation. But it sounds mental. But there are so many things that I am aware of what it does to my body and what it does to other people's bodies, and what I've seen people change in their bodies. That it's just as mental, but it's because it's so widely accepted, no one questions it.
Totally. Can I just ask, because I think that for me personally, fasting just it doesn't work. I'm so unhappy.
Well, it brings up the whole body, stirs up emotions, addictions.
That as well.
Addictions to foods, withdrawal, the emotions that we bury with food. You can't
I can do it for
no
one
food.
day, and by the end of the day, I'm like, give me some carbs.
Yeah, because your body's dumping. When you don't put something in, your body, the rest of nature fasts. A lot of nature fasts. It doesn't eat continuously.
Yeah,
it's the most challenging thing, but you get to see yourself. Yeah.
So maybe I should give it another go and see what comes up as well, on what feelings do pop up, right? Because of that.
Yeah, and there's levels of it, right? There's levels and there's protocols. There's different. So this is not by any means us chatting about this, go out and fast and do dry and don't drink. I'm not going to suggest that. And there's ways of preparing your body. I've been exploring this. I had a lifetime when my body was generally cleaner than most. And then I went and explored what they call raw and juicing. and play with a little bit of water. Then started bringing some food back in, and then explore this level of fasting for about a year and a half, and watched the case studies, watched what people were doing before I then started exploring with it. And I've been playing with this particular protocol for the last 3-4 years. So that, and about another 5 years before that with some other stuff. So there's steps. But if people just went on fruit all day, that would be a massive change. You seem to have frozen, Sabina, my darling. What's going on? But even with fruit, I'm assuming that I'm still alive. Even with going on fruit, for most people, fruit really, particularly like the juicy fruits, the lemons, the oranges, the grapes, the apples, they're natural cleansers. They will start to break down what's in the body. So lots of us have still got undigested food in our intestines. I think it looks like we lost Sabina. We still have undigested food in our intestines. So
sorry,
the pastas and the grains and the meat and the fish, and so that gets churned up. So it's not necessarily fun when we start eating more lightly. As I say, giving people a little bit of an understanding of what happens, for example, if they start eating fruit, it churns up a lot in their guts. There are many ways to go into it, but it's more, it's not even about the food or the not food. If no one changed what they ate, if they just chewed everything to a paste, that would make life easier in their body.
Oh yeah, I heard a lot about
less for the stomach to do, right? Like a baby, it has to have.
The digestion starts in the mouth, doesn't it? Yeah. But we eat so fast, don't we? We just like shove it like while you're doing something as well in the middle of it's just not mindful at all. I tried like eating mindfully, and it was such a challenge, like to literally just sit down with your meal, not talk to anybody even, and
no
just
phone,
fully
no laptop,
phone,
no tablet,
nothing,
no music.
Sit there and like literally just put a mouthful in your mouth and then put the fork down and just chew
it and chew
and
it
chew
and chew
and
it
chew and chew, and it's like, oh my god.
So Hina saying, did you stop the video so you could do a fart?
Yes, that was it. Yeah, admit.
I'd have had it on I'd have just let it out on air.
No, I had a stupid internet connection again. Sorry guys about that.
Yeah, being present enough to. So even if you're eating, and it's not like good food, bad food. It's not about good and bad. It's like just what has more ease in the body. If you're interested in that sense of being alive and vibrant and having agility in your body, and having joy in your space, whatever it is you desire, which foods support that, or non-food supports that, right? So, and if and when we are eating, because it's fun and it's great to connect, and we get a little hit, basically. We get a chemical hit from eating food,
we totally do.
Dopamine. Basically, we're drug addicts, food addicts. So if we're going to eat, you can make it easier on your body by just chewing the damn thing to nothing. I'm telling you, it completely changes your experience. And you start to taste stuff in food you didn't taste before. You start to maybe go, maybe that's not what I want to eat.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, that totally came up for me as well.
Yeah.
Like, the awareness, like, because my diet used to be terrible, and like, I also like, my health was terrible, like accordingly. And then I changed my diet completely, and I'm like, it's like your taste buds renew, and you even like sweet, naturally sweet things taste so much sweeter and so much more intense. And I'm just like, I've never enjoyed food more now.
Yeah.
But like super healthy food.
I'm going to call you out on that. I'm going to call you out on that because this is where we have society set up on the idea of polarity, which is what keeps us all out of being really aware of what we truly want in our lives, fighting each other, blaming each other. It's a game where we keep us poking each other. I'm going to go beyond all those labels of healthy, unhealthy. Well, foods that the body has more ease with. There's certain things I can put in my body. My body's way happier. And certain things I can put in my body's like, get stiff, get sweaty, get smelly. I get cranky. I'm like, I'm not going to make the food wrong. It's just there's certain things that happen in my body that are different. So
interesting,
right? Because that whole judgment of stuff of food is like it's never ending. It's like it's insane.
Is it something like with like when you eat green stuff or like healthy stuff because it's labeled healthy? that you naturally feel better. And then when you eat your crisps and you feel guilty about, because you know that like it's something naughty to do, right? And it's gonna have the same effect, and it's gonna have a bad effect on your body.
So
but what if you eat
bullshit.
the crisp with like, oh, I'm just gonna, what if I'm like, this is gonna be with the view of like, this is gonna be the best thing for my body, nourishing, and like I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of them. Is that gonna also bad effect?
Well, there's the idea that we can be alchemists and we can change the energy of anything, and that's definitely something that's available depending where we are in our own journey, right? I've got the sunlight so beautiful behind me. Depending where we are in our journey, and just keep it real, right? Just keep it real. Not everybody's going to want to be an alchemist or wants to be able to change the energetic construct of food, because some people don't want to, and that's cool. And just on what day-to-day living for 7 billion people, what can they do if they realize that somehow they want a different relationship, somehow they know they want something more in their lives and in their bodies? What can they do day to day? Just start chewing your food more. I mean, really, just that simple thing. If the whole planet chews their food to a paste, like you chew it like one mouthful, like you literally you can take one item, like one bit of courgette. I mean, that you can be that sick if you can get that level and chew it and chew it and chew it. It takes you a long time to eat. You suddenly realize you're not actually hungry. What you thought was hunger.
Oh, that's another thing as well. Like, I found like when I was eating mindfully in that way, I did not eat as much because like my body had like the time to actually the ghrelin, the hunger hormone, to like kick in, and I'm like, oh, you've had enough. Actually, you're full now. So
we actually we need about. I mean, food. You've got no idea. We eat like probably 30 times. I mean, insane numbers of what we need, quantity more of what we. But it depends how clean the body is in terms of how unobstructed it is, where you are mentally and emotionally, spiritually. All those labels depends what you're creating in your life as to how much physical food you may or may not just enjoy or desire. Who would we have? Oh, good. Fasting to farting. Thank you, Simon. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hi, Peter. Peter. Yeah, there's a whole range, and in this conversation, it's really just to start creating food for thought, literally. Now, my partner right now we've got some sausages in the fridge. We cooked at the weekend, shopped at the weekend, so I've generally been eating with him at the weekend. So the weekend was for me. I think I had a salad with him on Saturday night, which had a range of different leaves. Let me turn my body around. Different leaves. Veggie fruits, the tomatoes, whatever. We had some avocado in it. He had some wild salmon, cured salmon. So I had about 3 mouthfuls of that. And then, so this veggie curry thing yesterday with some other bits. And now he's cooking some sausages and some pizza. And he said, are you eating? I said, well, technically I'm in fasting now, Monday to Friday. And he's like, would you want some? I'm like, put it on and I'll see. Now, if you can be that in the lounge of the moment and then see it, it might be, I can smell it now. I'm like, that smells great.
Yeah.
Do I want it or not? I'll see in the moment. And if I take a bite, I'm going to bite. I tell you, when I take a bite of sausage, I'm going to chew that motherfucker. So there's no chewing left. It might take me like half an hour to chew. But it shows chewing meat is mad. It's such a different experience. It's so intense in the body. Oh, look, my halo. It's such a different experience to chewing a grape. I mean, it's just, and it's I have to do that much work. So my body's having to do that much work as well. So, like, how much ease do you want in your life? Just look at it from that perspective. My body has to do very little work to chew a liquid or a grape or pure air and sunshine. Does very little work, which means it has more energy to do other things. It has to work really hard to chew chicken or fish or pasta. Pasta. Oh, have you tried chewing pasta? Truly chewing pasta without any liquid, no sauce. Just cooked pasta.
Why would you do that then?
But then what you do, you put a sauce in to try and force it down. So it's not a natural thing for the body. If you can't chew it without on its own.
So anything processed, basically.
I would say it's not meant for the body. Doesn't mean we can't have it and have fun with it, but don't be surprised if you start to get bloated and to get stiff as you age. Like, I look amazing for my age, and the trimness for my age. So what is that? What is that about? Is it pure genetics? Maybe, maybe not. Do other people got brown skin, don't look quite as good?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe.
It's magic.
Is it magic or is it choice? Anyway, we're at 49 minutes. Yeah. So how are we doing? Are we kind of? Is there anything else you want to say before this show number 2 that we're sharing in our general chat? Thank you to everybody that's joined us, by the way. Really appreciate you coming on. It's really great having you here.
Did you want to talk about periods as well? Like, I actually wanted to talk about that. I did want to talk about that. Like, seriously, it's been fucking me up. They are massive.
It's a massive conversation.
So shall we leave that to another time then?
Yeah. Okay. But I will say this. You bleed, women and men, if you have them, which would be interesting if you have a menstruation, but who knows? I'm not going to be totally genderist. Naturally female bodies, as in those that menstruate, your bleed will completely transform based on what you're eating or not eating. I'm going to leave it at that. You have no fucking idea how much your food is fucking up your menstruation. And how in nature animals don't bleed the way we bleed, as in heavily. They spot, there's a very light spotting for a day or two, and that's it. Domesticated pets bleed the way humans bleed, and domesticated humans bleed when they shouldn't bleed.
Yeah. Janet just said you could do a whole show on periods.
Yeah,
I think we could.
We will, Janet. We will, because
we both have like different stories and different issues which we went through with our periods. So like, let's
periods.
Take that live another time.
We will do it. We will do it. We'll do a show on periods because it will fucking change your life when you know this.
And PMS, like, oh my god, like seriously.
Yeah. And women are just like oh my god, we're so fucking potent as beings. The freedom you would have when the freedom we could have when we understand what our bleeds are about and when they're not, and how they can change through the diet or not. Then you have choice, right? You will have a freedom beyond any that you can imagine. So we'll definitely do that. The next one.
Definitely do that. Okay. Did you want to add anything else, or shall we wrap it up for today? I'm
like being pulled by the world smell of sausage. I might just go and smell it. And I just think about being milk. So my fasting community would be like, I mean, they're actually very cool, but some of them would be a little bit like, oh, you can't eat meat, or you shouldn't be, it's like, well, generally I don't. I'm not that interested in it. Every now and then I want a mouthful, and it's like, can you allow yourself to be honest with yourself and be responsible? So I know if I have some sausage, and I'm talking about like piggy sausages, not my man's sausage, right? My man's got a sausage which is gorgeous. I don't tend to like break out and sweat after eating that. Oh my god! Unless I really go for it,
Then you break up the sweat.
I'll really go. Let's think about go slow. Go anyway. Dribbling already. See, dribbling.
You're not really hungry.
I'm just going to go and suck on his sausage right here. That's it. That's all it is. On that note, I'm done. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go.
All right. Shall we just leave it on that note? Go and enjoy the sausage, whichever you will choose.
I might have both sausages and a mouthful of pizza. Radical.
Yeah, magical combination.
The girl goes wild. It was a great chat with you, girlfriend.
Awesome chat with you as well. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for tuning in and listening.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully
it's going to be posted to the True Do yoga page, obviously Sabina's page. I'll get a copy of the recording and I'll post it to my Joyful Bodies. If anybody's interested in the world of Joyful Bodies, just search for that hashtag Joyful Bodies. You'll find it for another perspective on.
Maybe you can put it in a comment under the video.
That's
maybe
a
we
cool
can put a link to your.
I will add that in there.
And
bye, ladies. I'll do that now. Yeah, before we go off or whatever it is. Cool.
Fabulous.
Right.
And we will see you another time. Share it as well with whoever you think that will benefit from this.
Please do share it. Yeah, we're trying to basically just show that there's a way of looking at the world that's way more fun than most people are willing to have, and you can talk about stuff
and be real
and learn new crap that might be interesting for you. All right, guys.
Definitely no filters. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Thank you.
Love you.